Well, hi, my name is Bud Kraus, and I teach people WordPress. And one of the things I see people not doing is using categories in their menus, okay? And it bothers me, so that's the reason why I have to do this video. It's one of the powers or hidden powers of the use of categories when you're doing blogging that is so frequently overlooked. Let me give you an example. This is my site. Here's my blog, and if I just hover over the word blog, I have these terms over here. These are categories: advice, plugins, news, etc. And when I create a post, I'll assign one of these categories to the post that I'm working on. And I've created a number of posts with the term or with the category advice. This one needs to be made shorter. Here's another one. Here's another one, etc. And then the same holds true for the term plugins. I've created a number of posts with the category plugins, and we see these three over here. Now let me just show you real quick. If I go into my dashboard and I go into posts categories, okay, you'll see here are the categories that I've created previously. And advice, that term was assigned 6 times to 6 different posts. And news, well, it hasn't been assigned at all. And plugins, it's been assigned 3 times, and so on, okay? I try to keep the number of categories down if I'm going to use it in a sort of a intelligent way so that people, my users, can have access to the content much faster. And of course, I do that through the use of categories and including the categories in my navigation, which I'm about to show you. So how did I do that? Well, I go over here to Appearance and in my menus, and you'll see that under the term blog, I have a category link called advice and plugins. And so these are the other 3 over here. They don't really exist. They're sort of fakes. So let me just show you. They're just really labels. Let me just show you how I can do this with another site. So this site here, I use this for my training. And I'm going to show you what I have right now, which is the typical blog setup. So I click on blog, and nothing's really organized. It's just 3 posts in the order in which they were created, which is okay, but you know, let's give it a little bit more use to our users. So I'm going to go over here and let's just take a look at the dashboard, and let's see how I used categories here. Now this is a much smaller website and is not as developed, doesn't have as many posts and categories, but you'll get the idea. So I go over here to categories, and I have this term called pH for pH factors. Only one time used, okay? So for one post, I used the term categories. And I just want to skip down to this one down over here, water, which I used twice. So I'm now going to use the term pH, or that is the category pH, and the category water in my navigation. Just make a couple little changes. I'm going to go over here to Appearance. I'm going to go over here to Menus. Okay. Now I want to see where I have blog. That's fine. Okay. Now right over here, this is what's frequently overlooked, which is categories. So every time you create a category, it will show up in your navigation just the way I have it over here. That is your page to set up your menu. And I'm going to use the term water and pH. These others I'm just going to leave out. I don't have to include everything in my navigation. I just wanted to include the categories of water and pH. Okay, so I'm going to add those 2. So they're down here. Now I want to reposition them, and I would like to have water right underneath blog. Let's do that. Okay, and pH right underneath water. So you'll see now the way I've arranged it is that water and pH, the categories, will be a drop down from the word blog. And I just want to make sure I save it, so I'm done with that. Okay, and now let's take a look at the site. So we'll go to the site, and we'll see how this works. So now I go to blog, And now you see two drop downs, water and pH. So if I click on water, I should see excerpts of two articles. That is the two articles that I assigned the term water to. And of course, if I click on the term pH, then I'll just have the one article that I've assigned the term pH to. That is, I use the category pH for just this one post. Okay, I hope that helps, and it'll help you start using and thinking about how to use your navigation beyond sort of the traditional beginner's approach to setting up navigation or setting up your menus.